Boom, are we back?
We are back.
Yay. All right,
Just
we're
when
back.
things are getting good.
No, exactly. So okay, so where was I at?
A light bulb raises from your head.
I'm like, this is my new career. Literally, I'm like, this is my new career. Um, During that time, I get literally like we get the American Pie placement and O-Town Records, doing whatever it's doing. I get off Universal over the course of a week. And I call Tom Eaton and I'm like, yo, dude, I'm like, I need the list. Like, can you give me the list of like your people, out in Hollywood? He gives me the list. I call everybody. I'm like, you need hip hop? Done. You need rock? Done. Whatever you need, I can get it done for you, soup to nuts. Everyone was very receptive that those few days that I made those calls. Nobody rang my phone. So it's 6 months are going by, and I'm like, I guess my brilliant idea is not a is not a brilliant idea. And it's like 11:30 at night. I get a phone call from a 310 number, and like literally, like the phone's like flying out of my hand. I pick it up and like, it's like, so I'm so excited about it. The dude on the other line is like, hey, he always used to call me Allie D, not Ali D. He's like, Allie D. And I was like, hey, this is he. And he's like, hey, I licensed your song for American Pie 2. And, I'm working on this new movie. I need 4 songs by tomorrow. One was like a Limp Bizkit replacement. The other was like a rave. The other's a hip hop record. The other's a dance record. I go in the studio that night, my boy's studio. We knock out all 4 joints. They all go for the movie. It was Big Fat Liar. And that was the beginning. And I realized I got to get out to LA. So I go out to LA. And I also realized from that trip that the music community in film and TV is such a great community. It's such a nice community, unlike the record business where like everybody's competing, everybody's hating on each other, everybody's talking behind people's backs and all that stuff. In Hollywood, everyone just wants to get their day done. So
Right.
so like everyone's just like, can we just get a great song for the right price that the director loves, please? Because we don't make enough to do all this bullshit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and it took off, it took off because, off of that, off Big Fat Liar, I did another one. And then another supervisor called me and said, hey, we hear you're Dave's secret weapon. And then Spring Aspers calls me for Are We There Yet? And he's like, hey, we need a DMX replacement for the opening title of Ice Cube's movie. And boom, that goes. So it just, listen, after a year of doing it, I was like, okay, this could be a business. Could be a business. Second year, I was like, this feels like a business. Third year, fourth year, I was like, this is a business. And, it's amazing, honestly, because, 32 years in the game and, I pinch myself every morning because I'm so excited and I love what I do. I love music so much. And I love what I do. And, whether I win or don't win, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to keep creating. And it's amazing because I look back at, 89 and I look back at the Bomb Squad days. And I look back at other things and I say to myself, wow, it's amazing. I feel like I shouldn't be here. I feel like I should be, because there are legends that are not here, that are trying to pay rent and this and that. And so I feel guilty in a certain respect, because I feel like, how did I manage to figure this one out? You know, and it's crazy, man. I'm blessed. When you hit me on Instagram, you know, I don't get hit up a lot, you know, for this type of stuff. You know, like I'm that dude that like knows everything about everything, but that nobody knows everything about everything. Like,
Right.
like I'm the dude that was like there. Like Tupac used to come to the studio when we were scoring the film. You know what I mean? I was the guy. You know, I'm the guy that knows what the Public Enemy logo actually is, because Chuck told me.
Right.
But like I'm not, I'm not, I'm not Leor Cohen. I'm not, what I mean? Like
Right.
I'm not that high level executive. I'm not the rapper that had a crazy hit, right? I'm the rapper that kind of like, was sort of floating in and out of stuff. You know what I mean? That like I was the rapper, I was the producer that the real hip hoppers liked. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe it was because I really felt that I was a student, that I wasn't saying I'm better than you. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm a better producer than you, but I'm saying like I'm a student and I have passion and I love it. And maybe from hip hop, which to me I feel is such a real art form, it's such a real music form. It's so street. You know what I mean? It's so concrete. It's just, it's connected, right? Your feet are connected with it. That maybe it's that emotion, that feeling, that spirituality with it, where they were like, yo, you know what? This dude's cool. Like we fuck with this dude, you know?
Absolutely.
I remember just another quick little story, being with Kane at dinner with Hank. And, Kane was going off on Hank about why Hank named a group of white kids young black teenagers. And Kane was like, he was like pissed about it. He's like going off on Hank. And I chuckled. I thought it was funny that like Kane was going ham on Hank about a bunch of white kids from Long Island named young black teenagers, right? So I laughed, and Kane was like, what's so funny? And I said to him, I said, no, I said, no, it's not really funny. I said, I guess I think it's funny that like you never asked me why my name is Ali, because I got that a lot. Being a white kid in hip hop, people thought I came up with that name, like to be cool or be down or Muslim or, whatever it might be. But Ali is my God-given name. My parents named me Ali. It's on my birth certificate. It's on my driver's license. It's my real name. So, and I remember Kane saying to me, he's like, I didn't have to ask you that. He's like, yo, you're cool, dude. He's like, I know your name's Ali. And I just thought that was, I walked away from that dinner being like, oh my, and I want to say he like invited me to his wedding, but I was like, oh, he invited me to his wedding. It's like the wedding like never happened. He's like, you're cool with me. He's like, I'm inviting you to my wedding. I was like, I didn't know you're getting married, but so, again, when I got your DM, the first thing I did is I went to go look at your Instagram, and I see the people that you're talking to. And, I respect all of those people. Some of them I know, some of them I don't know. I should say some of them I know personally, some of them I know of course, right? I'm a student, I'm a fan. So, when I look at the 32 years is a long time. And when I said to you earlier that I feel like I'm just getting started, I feel like I'm just getting started. Like I'm not tired.
Right.
I feel like I did when I made my first demo. And that's kind of
Yeah.
crazy that when you love something so much and you're consistent and you're passionate about it and you're good to people, that you can actually make a career out of something. It's kind of amazing.
That's just a highlight to what I do, to see the guys that I admired 30 years ago still doing well. Like, that just does something to me. You know what I mean? So.
Thank God, man. No, I mean, by the way, to me too. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, I love all of them. I love everybody. I'd lost touch with Chris Lighty for probably about 10 years, 12 years. And we were on a flight together going to LA, and we were both in first class. And, I'm on the other side, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, oh my God, that's Chris. And it's like, and I'm saying to myself, like, he doesn't recognize me, and I didn't want to bother him or whatever, but I had to, right? So I'm like, yo, Chris. And he looks at me, he goes, oh, Ollie D. He's like, what's up, man? What are you up to? And I was doing the movie stuff, right? Like, so when I started doing the movie stuff, everyone thought I fell off, because I stopped really being in the public, record production world, right? Meanwhile,
Right.
I've sold more records in movies than I did when I was trying to sell records. And he says, what's up? And we start chopping it up a little bit. And I remember the plane lands and we're getting up to get out. And he was in front of me. And as we're walking out, I said to him, yo, dude. And he comes and he looks back at me. And I go, when does it stop? And he says, man, as long as you want to keep eating, it doesn't stop. And that was probably about 6 months before he, passed away. And I remember that super vividly because we live and we are in a business that is about abundance and the flashy cars and the watches and the chains and the jewelry and this and that. And it's funny because, we could save this for another time because, the where hip hop is at right now is a completely different place than where hip hop was, when I was coming up.
Right.
I don't know how I feel about it because I think that that's a real problem. I think that the pursuit of, having the Ferrari or the Rolls Royce truck or that has changed why people are doing it. From passion. Listen, back in the day, people didn't used to get paid for features. You did a feature because you liked that rapper or you liked that song. It wasn't about getting the bag. You
Right.
had to get the bag. Now you see a feature. It doesn't. You could be an idiot to know that dude got paid to do it. Right? Especially when they don't show up for the video. Then you really know.
Right. Hey, we're all about the stories here on Hip Hop History Lessons. You were there in '91 when Young Black Teenagers came through. You told an interesting story about Kane going off on Shocklee about why he named him that. Did Shocklee ever give him an answer?
I want to say Hank's answer was he wanted to have a name that just shocked people. That's what I recall from that dinner. It wasn't about white or black. It wasn't about, them, posturing like they were black or whatever. It was that he was like, he wanted to come up with the most crazy name that no matter where it would show up, you would be like, Young Black Teenagers. And then you see them and you're like, what?
Right. Crazy. I could probably sit here and talk to you for another 5 hours, but we're going to wrap it up. Could you tell me throughout your career, what is your biggest highlight?
Oh, boy, my biggest highlight. I'll tell you what my biggest highlight is. My biggest highlight, honestly, is to be able to pursue music, create music, have people affected by that music, have that music create shekels that pays for my cell phone bill, and that music provides a living for myself and the people that I work with. That's the biggest highlight of my 32 years.
Very dope. Can you tell the viewers what Ali D has coming up, what are you currently working on now, and what you have coming up in the future?
We got God, what do we have going on here? So we're doing a lot of stuff with the WWE for all these wrestler themes. We're doing that, which is amazing. We just finished a couple months back Julie and the Phantoms, which is a Netflix show. Kenny Ortega. We did a bunch of songs for that. I'm managing now. I have some amazing
Screen is freezing. Hopefully momentarily it'll work itself out.
okay, there we go.
All right.
Music, more and more music, my friend. I post a lot of the stuff on my Instagram. If people want to check out my